Well, if we look at history, there was a wonderful man called Napoleon Hill who wrote a book called Think and Grow Rich. And he interviewed and worked with some of the greatest and most successful people at the time, back in the 1920s. And he came up with a number of conclusions, some commonalities that they all had. And one was what he called the mastermind alliance. And that in effect is what we do. And a mastermind alliance is where people of similar mind and goals come together and support each other in their goals and dreams. And I have been running mastermind alliances for over 20 years. Being in the coaching world, being in the training and personal development world, it was a natural thing to do. And I realized that this was not happening within the business world. Business owners live in isolation a lot of the time. They have no one to talk to, no one to help them. The word peer-to-peer simply means like for like. Men and women who are of a similar mindset, of a similar ilk, in similar positions, although completely different businesses. And they come together, and the reason we call it a board is because we actually sit around a board table, like a board of directors. So these men and women come together once a month, we sit around a board table, and we have a very prescribed and very specific method of helping them during that once a month meeting. And we launched it 9 years ago. We trialed it for 6 years to make sure we knew exactly what we were doing and that the promises we made, we could actually fulfill. And then we knew we could do that. We launched it worldwide 3 years ago. And now, as you say, under the leadership of Colin Lindsay, the international managing director, he has taken it into 24 different countries.
Wow.
There's many different ways that our members have actually benefited from being part of the Alpha Group as a member. One of the ways I like to explain how the Alpha Group actually is, in layman terms, I guess, is just imagine you are running a £1 million business. And every month, up to 19 other business owners, similar to yourself, come around to your office and they sit down in front of you and say, Romo, explain to me what the biggest problem is in your business that you are facing currently.
Okay.
And you will tell them, and they will explore what the problem actually is. They will get to the bottom of what the core problem is that is stopping you to move your business forward. They will all then come up with several solutions for you to overcome that problem. Okay? Wow. They will then ask for commitment from you to actually implement the solutions that these guys have suggested that you do. And then they let you get on with it.
Wow.
But that doesn't end there. And this is what really makes the Alpha Group stand out from anything similar in the marketplace. These 19 guys will come back the following month and they will say to you simply, what have you done? This is what we call holding you accountable for actually implementing solutions to help you to overcome the problems that you're facing. And there is no organization out there at the moment who are doing anything along those lines.
Amazing. And that too.
That is why we are able to help businesses across all sectors, across all economies, all cultures, and help them to grow and to develop their businesses to where they want their business to grow to. And that's us in a nutshell. That's what we do.
Well, there are actually a whole list of benefits. Not only the group dynamics, working with men and women of like mind, with similar philosophies, not only the friendship, not only the networking, not only the developing incredibly efficient management techniques, and more importantly, leadership skills. We do all of that.
Okay.
But more than that, we actually make two promises. One is we call it a major promise, and one is a slightly lower one. The major promise we make is that we will double the value of their business in 2 to 3 years.
Wow.
And so far, we have never failed. And we have done this in many different countries, cultures, climates, languages. We currently deliver our program in about 8 or 9 different languages worldwide. So the main promise, we will double the value of their business in 2 to 3 years. And the second promise is that we will help them to become dominant in their particular niche, whatever business niche they happen to. Interesting question, because every business, as it grows, actually goes through very different phases. It's to take a business from having a £1 million annual revenue to a £5 million annual revenue, you almost have to completely reinvent the businesses. You need new leadership, new processes, new methods, new marketing, and the owner has to learn something very important: how to let go and how to delegate. And then taking it from 5 million to 10 is reinventing the business, 10 to 20, and so on. So actually, as soon as possible is the real answer. It doesn't matter if the business is relatively new and just doing, let's just say, 1 million a year. That is the perfect time to join, where they can get as much help as possible at the early stages, so that they do not then go on to make costly and lengthy mistakes later.
Okay.
But it doesn't matter, wherever they happen to be in their business life, once they find out about an alpha group running in their city near them, that's the time to join.
Got it.
But I have to make one very important point, Pramod, and it's a negative point, and I don't mean it to be negative.
Okay.
In India, as you know, not only is thriving and growing, and it has millions of entrepreneurs, and we would love to help them all, love to, but we cannot. And
What?
the other important thing about an alpha group is it is limited. Anywhere in the world, no matter where we are, we never, ever allow more than 20 owners to be involved in any alpha group. Some of them will be allowed to do that, as you know. Unfortunately, we would love to work with every business owner, but in order to carry out our promise of doubling the value of their business in 2 to 3 years, we limit the numbers to a maximum of 20 in any one alpha group.
Okay.
The challenges with that as well, Pramod, is that we have found now over the last 9 years that people do join us at various stages of their journey within their business. But what we've experienced is that once they do join, they don't leave.
Okay.
In fact, when we started 9 years ago, we had quite a large number of members, and 85% of those people are still with us today.
Okay.
So it's almost like they become very, very closely knit community within the boardroom, and they rely on each other month after month, year after year, to help each other to grow and to develop. So even creating waiting lists for individual groups is pretty much a pointless exercise, because people simply don't leave once they join us. And it's a very good point to understand. So yes.
Colin and I, we are both coming to Bangalore in May, and the plan is, working with you, Pramod, we will run a number of initial, shall we call them, launch alpha group meetings.
Okay.
And Colin and I, working shoulder to shoulder with you, will actually run them together, so that all 3 of us will get to meet a number of prospective members and business owners in the middle of May.
That's really great.
what I would simply do is, if you are a business owner, no matter where you are in your business, I would simply invite you to come and spend a day with us. Colin and I and Pramod will be running a number of alpha groups when we come in May in Bangalore. And the purpose is to allow you to come and fully experience the power, the depth, the force of what an alpha group can do. So I would simply extend the invitation and say, please come, spend a day with us, experience it, and simply talk to us after.
Absolutely. This is an opportunity that is second to none for business owners to grow and to develop. Well, I can use a lot of cliches about it being lonely at the top and having nowhere to go and to express yourself, to gain vision and clarity in some of the business decisions that you're just about to make. So getting involved in the Alpha Group is a huge opportunity just to do that indeed. To work together with other people, to help them to grow, and in return, help yourself to grow your business to the level that you are looking to grow it to. Huge opportunity, and if it was me, I would grab it by the horns, is the saying we have in the UK, and get involved now.